I'm sure you've all had a morning where you've woken up and you're stiff and sore from like previous day's activities. Imagine feeling that way every single morning when you wake up. That is a reality for people who suffer from rheumatoid arthritis. I'm going to tell you today about what RA is, the symptoms of this disease, and the complications that can occur. So what is rheumatoid arthritis? The Mayo Clinic defines it as a chronic inflammatory disorder that typically affects the small joints of the hands, feet, by attacking the lining of the joints and causing painful swelling that can eventually cause bone, joint, and tendon erosion and deformities. RA is an immune disorder, which means your immune system doesn't work properly. Autoimmune disorder. The Arthritis Foundation reports that 1.3 million Americans are affected by this disease. So what is it caused by? Basically, I like to say it's caused by mistaken identity. Your body thinks that your joints are a foreign invader, and so it basically attacks itself, kind of like what your white blood cells would do if you had an infection of some sort. It's 2 to 3 times more common in women than men, so they think possibly hormones play a role in that. And they also say it typically occurs between the ages of 40 to 60 years of age, although it can strike at any age, and it also can affect children. So what are the symptoms of RA? Joint pain, swelling, tenderness, extreme fatigue. Some people get firm bumps of tissue underneath the skin that's called rheumatoid nodules. Morning stiffness, soreness, low-grade fevers, weight loss. Symptoms can come and go without warning. I like to say that it has a mind of its own, and I know that because I have it. And I was diagnosed at 25, so that doesn't fit into the age range of 40 to 60, obviously. And some days I feel completely normal, and other days I feel like I'm 100. So, complications of rheumatoid arthritis. Joint damage that is irreversible, you can't fix it, which causes a decrease in your function that can sometimes make it very difficult and sometimes impossible to do normal daily activities, like things that we would take for granted, like walking, is very difficult. You're more prone to getting infections because your immune system is suppressed already from having the disease, and then the medications that you take suppress it even more, so you can get sick really easily. Another complication